So as Donald Trump was trying to shred apart the First Amendment like he is so wont to do these days, he signed that executive order, and there was a lot of chatter over its impact. And we just got done discussing how the FFRF has decided to file a lawsuit. The ACLU is not doing it because they said that it was nothing more than an elaborate photo op, I think is the words that they used. However, what didn't make the headlines was why the executive order was supposedly necessary. And Trump says that, as just one example, people were forbidden from giving or receiving religious items at a military hospital where our brave service members were being treated, and when they wanted those religious items. These were great, great people. These are great soldiers. Wait, I thought you didn't like soldiers that got injured. I thought didn't you? And you shit on the whole Gold Star family. I mean, Trump, I'm kind of forgetting how you feel about the troops here, because on one hand, you kind of don't give a shit about them if they don't like you. And on the other hand, one died so your ratings could get that much fucking higher. So he said these were great soldiers. They wanted those items and they were precluded from getting them. And the interesting thing, if you're watching the video that he put out about the whole signing statements, is that Mike Pence and Paula White, his religious advisor, nodding as they tell the story. And Paula White even mouthed the words, "That's right," while she was standing behind him. But the interesting thing is that military leaders have had a completely different reaction. What the fuck is this guy talking about? So, the Pentagon has come out and said that he said that there are no policies that prohibit members of the military from receiving religious items at military installations. And being privy to hanging out on plenty of military installations and being in the hospital in a couple of them, that's right. Service members have the option of declaring their faith in their personnel records so that chaplains of that religion can ensure that they get whatever religious items or services that they wish. They also put it on your dog tags. At least I think they still do that. I'll have to check with Duffy. I haven't talked to him in a while. It's just funny that all this propaganda, and he's believing it to the point where he's having to bring it up during a signing statement for one of his own ridiculously misguided beliefs that that we're somehow not allowing troops to have their religion. They're allowed to. And you got assholes like Todd Starnes from Fox News that are exaggerating all these news stories to highlight Christian persecution. And oh my God, on my Twitter, I've got Tony Perkins and the FRC and the fuck is his name? Brian, not Singer. I can't remember his name for a second. He's the guy that I bring up on Fun with Real Audio all the time. Anyway, they're constantly talking about how the Christians are persecuted when they're usually the ones causing the issue. You remember, like, Kim Davis. What a great fucking hero for the Christians she was. She was a bigot, and they don't see that. Oh, man. So anyway, after the religious right whined, and Steve King from Iowa spoke on the floor about this supposedly anti-Christian rule change, the folks at Walter Reed revised the policy to remove any ambiguity about what they meant. And so what they're talking about is that there was a policy to end unwanted proselytizing at Walter Reed by saying no religious items are allowed to be given away or used during a visit. So it's kind of on the Pentagon there for making bad language there, but if you've ever worked for the Pentagon, you know that language is not their forte. And so what they really just said is they reworded it. But at no time in the course of this controversy were Christian soldiers prevented from receiving religious items or the comfort of a chaplain. And it's not like Donald Trump understands any of that. But our conspiracist in chief just regurgitated the religious right story with no regard for what actually really happened. And that, my friends, is our president.